All right, this is, of course, the Tumblrpon panel, and your host will be TJ, also known as Pirate Dash.
So welcome to the Tumblr meetup, Tumblrpon and You, a how-to guide for running a My Little Pony Ask blog. As Zeta said, my name's TJ. I am the moderator of Ask Pirate Dash. Before we begin, I wanted to introduce my fine panelists up here, starting on my right.
I'm Amanda, and I run that Spitfire blog.
I'm Rye, and I do Ask MLC Blobs.
I'm Aaron, and I run Fisherpond.
I'm Will Draw for Food, and I run Ask Surprise. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate your blog. Ducks.
What do you think, Will?
Really?
I'm
Said you were Will.
All right. I'm Ahmed, and I run Raindrops Answers.
Hi, I'm Dream, and I do Ask Philly Twilight.
I'm UC77, and I do Ask Hot-Blooded Pinkie Pie.
Hello everyone, I am the mod of Rocking Rulo. You may just call me Ru if you wish. I am the mod of Red Eyebrow Horse.
And we were also supposed to have Cal Payne from Equestria Daily join us on the panel today, but he had something come up, and we hope he's doing fine if he's watching this or so. So we miss him here, and hopefully everything turns out okay.
A moment of silence.
Rest in peace.
Kelvin, no! Wait, what?
Here we go.
Omega sad.
Oh!
Cronus.
What?
What? Who
Sorry, right?
Okay, so I know Zeta asked this already, but how many of you are actually already on Tumblr and have a Ask blog? Wow.
Hi, Seven Nights. Hi.
And
Hi, Seven.
Hi, Seven Nights.
Hi, Seven Nights. Hi, Seven Nights. Hi.
And how many of you are here to learn about what Tumblrpon actually is and want to start an Ask blog of your own?
Zeph, put your hat down. Get your hat down, Zeph.
Darius, make a good one.
So basically what we want to try to do here today is tell you how Tumblr works, introduce the site a little bit, talk about some of the various types of different Ask blogs you can do, some tips to help make your Ask blog better, and just basically how to have fun on the site. And this is a panel for people new to it and people already on Tumblr. You can learn a few tricks of the trade as well, and just make Tumblr a more fun experience for you. One of the first things I want to start off with, everyone came to Tumblr for different reasons, and I just want to ask everybody on the panel if they could briefly talk about what influenced them to join Tumblr. If you want to start, Amanda.
I've been on Tumblr for about 5 years, so I've been here since before Ponies was around, and I just kind of flip-flopped between different fandoms, and finally I rolled around into Ponies. So I was like, hey, I think these are pretty cute. I'm going to do it too.
I've been on Tumblr for about 3 years, the same with Amanda. I was on it before Ponies. I wasn't really active, though, until I got into the fandom. And I was actually just going to stay on DeviantArt, but once I found out that the Chubbies were getting really popular, someone asked me to do an Ask blog, and that's how I got on Tumblr. And I'm addicted to it, so.
I've been on Tumblr for around Michael, stuff to the mic. I've been on Tumblr for around 2 years or so. Actually, I think my Tumblrpon anniversary is pretty much right around now. Anyhow, I first saw about it on Equestria Daily when they posted a big list of draw blogs, and every day I'd open them all in tabs and update on them. Then I finally decided to just get a blog myself so I could follow them, and it'd be a lot easier. And since then, it's just grown into what I am now.
I've been on Tumblr since the 17th of October, 2011. And that is when I finally decided, to start an Ask blog because of all the other Ask blogs I've seen people make and all the fan art they've been drawing. And I don't know what else to say. I've been there for that long, and it's not really that long. It's almost 2 years, and I haven't really done anything beforehand. Maybe just a bit of fan art, but basically I picked up my art skills basically from Tumblr for the most part.
He's a success story. We'll talk about that later on as well.
I've been on Tumblr for 2 years too. My friend showed it to me, and I just went on and found Asblog and kind of started doing it because it looked fun. That's pretty much it.
No.
Don't lower yourself to Terry's level.
You
all right?
guys are clever, but not that good. Anyways, I've been on Tumblr for about 21 years in 1992. No, I've been on Tumblr since like 2012. Since like last year, basically. And I just made my blog because no one had done a giant robot explosion blog yet, and I felt there was a need in the fandom for one.
Well, I've been on Tumblr for I guess I'm actually one of the youngest people in this panel who's had a Tumblr, because I've had it for close to 2 years, but actually a little less. It's, because I actually joined in 2012, and I guess, are we talking about what inspired us to do the Tumblr?
Sure, why not?
Well, actually, it's all these people on this panel. I actually found their blogs, and they made it look so fun that I decided to, why not, give it a try. But at the time, I had no idea what to do. So, and then I just came up with the silly OC that you know. Well, red horse, that one.
Red and black.
My red and black alicorn OC.
So kawaii.
Fire Shadow 67.
Over there.
Your horn's invisible.
Marshall David comic.
Yeah, I joined Tumblr. Actually, I started off with my OC, Mike Boom, in September of 2011, and I joined because I wanted to find an outlet to keep drawing and keep practicing and try to improve myself. He wasn't going so well. Then that's when I started PD here, and the rest is history. So
Kaboom.
I guess we haven't really explained what Tumblr is yet for those that may not be aware of it. Tumblr is a microblogging site where you sign up with an account and you can post text, pictures, videos, audio, chat, anything like that. And you can make an ask blog out of any of those kind of formats. Text, you can role play. There's a bunch of role play blogs out there that are just strictly role play, or they take questions and they can role play as the character they are portraying. The most popular type of ask blog is the draw blog, where people send in questions and you draw picture responses with your characters in a variety of ways. They can be humorous, serious, dark, or just plain crazy. Some people also go different routes. There's a few audio blogs out there where they will voice act and portray the characters that they want to portray in a voice and have voices answering the questions there. So.
And you can also have combinations of those types that TJ just talked about. Like I think there's a couple ones where it's an audio, but it's also a picture. It's sort of like the title card of the audio.
And you're not really limited to just one format as well. Some will post audio answers from time to time. Some draw blogs will just answer in text when they just want to get a quick answer out, and vice versa as well. Some text blogs will sometimes post a picture with their answers to help visualize what the audience is trying to see there. Pretty much. So let's start off with talking about some of the art-based ask blogs as well. There's many types of different art-based ones that you can do. The most common one is the digital one, where you have a tablet and you just draw it into the computer and you make your pics that way.
Using Photoshop or Psy or Alpaca or
Manga Studio.
Some of the most popular programs are Psy, Photoshop, and such. If you search hard enough, they might be free. Wink, wink. There's But you shouldn't be limited to just one type. You can have a really good traditional art blog as well. One of the most popular traditional art blogs that I can think of off the top of my head is Lying Applejack, if you're familiar with that blog.
Jumped out Pinky.
Yeah, that's another way you can do answers too. Jumped Out Pinky is another great one where the mod will draw a pinky out on a piece of paper, cut the pinky out, and put it into real life situations and take photos of it. So you're not limited to just a scan of a pic or a drawing of a pic on a tablet. You can get creative and find different mediums to put your pictures in and such.
There was a blog a while ago called Skittle Dash that the responses were Rainbow Dash, but it was entirely made out of Skittles.
Anything's possible in the world of Tumblr. Any other examples you guys can think of?
There are people who also like to do animations for their blog, and I really like those a lot. Like, I know a lot of people who draw are also animators, and whenever there's animation updates, I'm like, yes, this is the best.
One of the most prominent examples of the animated answers nowadays is Frigid Drift, and he's right there in the audience.
And also, it's not really a draw blog, but Life Loser as well. He's been making some really good GIFs that have been flying around Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.
So you shouldn't be limited to just scanning and drawing pics. You can animate everything as well. So we talk about text-based blogs now.
No, we shouldn't.
The voice of God.
Text-based blogs are usually just role-play blogs. It's kind of pretty simple to explain. Someone will send you in a question, and you answer the question in the character that you're portraying. You don't really need to be experienced to do any of these type of blogs. We pointed it out in the text-based one, but you don't need experience to start one. Running a blog can be a great way to help develop your writing talents and your artistic talents as well. Some of the most prominent examples that I've seen of improvement is Amanda right there.
Yeah, my sketches looked like dirt in the beginning of my blog, so, and now I went to like full like digital paintings and everything, but I was just drawing little itty bitty like terrible sketches in the beginning, and then I just kept working on it, and I got to where I am now, so.
It's pretty common for some of like the really famous and good draw blogs nowadays that if you go way, way back, they're not quite so good.
And Ahmed's pointed it out himself earlier as well of his improvements.
My improvements?
You said it at the start.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, when I started out, I basically drew like dirt as well, just like how Amanda says, but I used Tumblr as an excuse to keep myself drawing and practicing, and over time I was able to improve, and that's all there is to it. Just keep practicing and all that. Is that it?
And that's a good thing about Tumblr. Like, all of us have been there where we've thought, my drawings aren't that great, or my writing's not that great as well. The only way to get better in those is to just keep practicing and to keep doing it, and Tumblr can be a great way to do it. You can crank out a quick sketch for an answer, or it helps you improve because it helps you, you have to keep doing it to maintain your blog. So you will eventually get better over time. So.
Yeah, I know it's really discouraging for a lot of people who aren't that into art at first. Like, my blog didn't actually even start as an art blog. It was actually a roleplay blog, and I just started drawing for fun. And but there are people who have been doing digital art for years. Like, I know UC was already really talented when he started his blog. So, I mean, not everybody's gonna pull out these like 10-panel comics with all this action and all. It's not gonna happen the first try unless you're UC77. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, because you can work to that and you can get on his level.
On the level. Should I say something now? Or?
Yeah. You're on here, so.
What were we actually discussing? I kind of toned out for a little bit. I haven't.
We're talking about DeviantArt.
No, we're not talking DeviantArt. Get that site out of my life.
Just deactivate your account.
No. That's how I get commissions.
You don't even do commission.
No, I don't do them, but I get them. I just say no all the time. Okay, well, sometimes if you're doing a Tumblr pony blog, you can choose to be really over the top with it. And like just go all out. I'm gonna do a 10-panel comic right now, and then make a sequel to it the next post. And it's actually a very bad idea. Don't do that very often. Because sometimes you'll start it and you won't want to finish it. Then it'll be 5 a.m. Then you'll be like, I'm gonna finish this today, and then it's gonna be 9 a.m. Then you're gonna go to sleep. Then you're gonna wake up. Then you're gonna wonder why you stayed up all night doing a blog about ponies. But in any of that's happened like a good 7 times, I think. But anyways. I do that because I feel like that. Sometimes I think I'm gonna cut corners on this post. I'm gonna make it not look that great, but then I think I can't do that because I have to make Hot Fudge Pinkie Pie the best. I have to make it really nice looking, nice shades, nice backgrounds, and really nice explosions. Just if you need to do an explosion, if you have Psy, use the luminosity layer with brushes. Luminosity brush, blur over on the outside. And on Photoshop, just download Psy and do explosions on that. Yeah, it works better. Yeah, it is the superior art. Except it can't do shapes, it can't do text, and it also can't handle that much processing power. But anyways, want to talk about something, Willow?
No, I'm good. Don't worry.
Okay. You sure?
What the?
Willow's gonna like beat up whoever said that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna twerk that way
You're
so fast.
Oh my.
So that's what you can do with draw blogs, basically. Some of the other types of blogs you can also do the voice ones. We talked about that earlier, where you can answer questions as a character with some voice acting and such. And you don't have to be limited to those two. You can branch out into other creative ideas. You can also do a theme. One prominent example I can think of that is Rusty Nail. He's in the audience right there. If you don't know what Rusty Nail is an OC pony that runs a bar, and the hook to his blog is drink recipes for various Tumblr pony blogs.
Follow it.
So you don't have to be limited to anything. If you have a creative idea, go for it. Create that blog and just go ahead with it. So let's move on to picking what pony you actually want to do for your blog. Because it can be a difficult process just sitting there and thinking what you want to do and how you want to do it. Before I start, one of the things that you should know if you want to do a character is to know a lot about the subject at hand before you start the blog. I'll take myself for example. Shut up, Terry. Shut up, Terry. When I started Pirate Dash, I did not know much about pirate culture. So when I was getting questions like yar har fiddle dee dee, I was like, what is this? What does this mean? When I get questions about One Piece, what is this? So it helps if you know the subject that you want to do a blog about beforehand.
It also helps if it's something that you're passionate about. Like if you combine a passion of yours with your favorite pony and it somehow works, then you're going to enjoy drawing it because you're going to be drawing that character for the remainder of the draw blog, and some of these things go on for many years.
Also, if you're doing a character that doesn't really have any like background to it, like a background pony, like I know Ahmed's does Raindrops as background pony, and when I did Spitfire, she was only in like 1 episode, so we kind of both had to like develop our characters. So like even if there isn't like a set thing to do, like you do have to think about it and make that character. It can't just be a thing. So you do have to think it over, even if there's no set personality or setting.
A lot of planning goes a long way before you start an Ask blog. That's basically it. There's various types of ponies you can pick for your Ask blog. You can take a canon character and portray them as your Ask blog, and just basically what Rainbow Dash would do with the questions that you send in, and so on. It's just basically portraying a canon character. Some of the Examples we have of that, Ask the Main Six, that's a good one.
What else is canon?
Disorderly conduct, that's a great one.
Is Sunny here?
Sunshine.
No?
Yeah, it's code of conduct.
Okay.
Woo!
So one type is you take a canon character and basically portray them and their personality for your blog. You can also, you're not limited to characters from Friendship is Magic as well. You can also do previous generations. A couple examples are Original Twilight, run by Dream up here. You get Ask Surprise, that's another big one.
Hi, Zach.
right
Hi,
down
Zach.
there.
Hey, Zach. Hey. Hi, Zach. Hi, Zach.
Yeah, what do you think, Will?
Zach,
Stand
I
up,
just
Will,
want to
stand
say
up.
I don't like your blog at all. But you already knew that. That's my man right there.
So you can take a previous generation character and make them an ass blog as well. Hi, Will. What are you doing?
Whoa, slow down there, mister. Whoa, slow down.
You can just stay right over there. As far away from me as... Well, okay, get started the panel now.
Here comes the new challenger.
Will has butted himself into the
challenge.
panel. What a surprise.
It's King DDD. Luigi.
Hi.
Hi there.
Moving on, you can also add a peculiar quirk to a character from the show or a previous generation character as well. One example of a quirk, PD here. Another, what?
Hot-blooded Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, hot-blooded Pinkie Pie.
You know, funny story. It was about to be Rainbow Dash, but her hair is really hard to color, so I just
No,
made
it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, that was the whole reason. I was the night before. I was like, I'll do Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie. Rainbow Dash takes way too long to color. Pinkie Pie.
Go and make the blog right now. Go.
Go
So
ahead.
you can add a quirk. Some other examples. Evil Genius Twilight. That's another example of one. Lion Applejack, the one we mentioned earlier. Yeah, some of the various quirks, just give them an alternate personality, Discord them. Haven't seen really too many crystallized ponies yet.
Oh, crystal ponies.
Probably because they're so hard to draw.
So, there's also different ways you can draw them too. If you want to make the pony a filly, you can do that as well. Dreams Filly Twy is an example of that.
Yeah. Younger.
That's a good idea. Everyone should do it right now. Really big surprise, yeah.
You can also make them humanized. One of the more popular ones that I can think
Ask
of.
Human Luna.
Ask Human Luna. Ask Human Luna. R79, yeah! Is he even here?
You can also do gender swapped ones. The one I can think of most prominently is Rainbow Blitz. No, they don't update that much anymore.
There's also Ask Bubbleberry.
Huh? Flutter Guy, that.
Flutter guy.
He's gonna hurt me for missing him. He is?
I think he's like in Brazil or something at the moment, isn't he?
No, he's in Colorado.
He's in Colorado.
Close enough.
Next, we're gonna teach Fisher geography. If you want to go in that direction as well, you can also go grimdark with your pony. One of the most famous examples was one of the most early ones, Pinkamena,
Pinkamena Diane.
Crooked Trees version of it. You can also do grimdark cute. One of the most examples of that, prominent examples of that is Question Pinkamena. I don't know if you've seen that one.
There's also Ask MOC Blobs. So.
Yeah.
Really grim.
That's like
And
triple
Grimdark Big Mac.
Don't want to get near that one.
Had to unfollow it.
Another example, you can do the adventure type blogs as well. Most famous one that everyone's probably seen is Woona Stuck by Ego.
I was about to say that, Terry. Yeah, Adventure Scootaloo as well.
And if you want to do a blog about your OC, don't be afraid to do that too. Running a blog about your OC can be a great way to help develop your character's personality, draw them more, help define them more. Some of those prominent examples, you can think of that. Rulo down there. We mentioned Frigid earlier. Another one, Palette Swap. I've seen that one. She's in the hall, vendor hall.
Ask surprise.
Raindrops answers.
Maybe this raindrops because of the bread. You know what? I'll shut up.
Little bread.
It's the yeast you can do.
Cut that out right now. See, look, it's not even talking.
Yes, it is. See, it is. I'm talking about hates. It's on. See.
Is it testing? 1, 2, 3.
Yes. So those are some of the various pony types you can do for your Ask blog. I can't think of any other examples.
Of what?
Just any various type of ponies you can do for an Ask blog.
There's one called Axe Brutaloo is a really good one. If everyone's seen it,
Brutaloo's awesome.
Axe Brutaloo out there. But it's a great run, anyways. I'm just bringing it up.
You can also do crossovers from other materials, whether it's ponifying characters from other fandoms, or using it as like a different, something to change a character from MLP with. Yeah, those are collaborations as well.
Yeah. Collab blogs will come in due time, like the Dash Pad or the Coop or the Twyberry. Those will come in due time. But so next we want to talk about creating your pony's personality and how to develop them, how to establish how they act, talk, feel, anything like that. The main point we're talking about is, I think it's under this slide for some reason, interacting with other tumblers with causing as little drama as possible. I'll say it's now you will not avoid drama if you're on Tumblr, but there are ways you can minimize the impact of it.
Spaghetti on the table. Don't talk to your followers.
Yeah. So what are some examples you guys can think of?
I think one of the things is if somebody, like if you go up to someone, you're like, hey, I want to either like collaborate with you, or would you be okay with having my character in your blog, and they refuse it? Like if they're like, no, I don't want to do that, you can't really take it personally because it is their blog, and it's like if they're like, oh, I'll draw my OC in your update, and you're like, no, you can't like attack them for that because that would be ridiculous.
Another important thing is that if drama does strike because you shared an opinion on your mod blog or something like that, leave it on the mod blog.
Oh yeah, don't cross over personal problems with your professional thing.
Unless if it's like a donation drive because of diabetes or something, that's fine. But like,
And know when to cross over.
yeah, know when to share it on the draw blog.
The most important thing to remember is people come to your draw blog to see your character, not your personal life. They want to see what Pirate Dash does. They won't want to see me yell about the Cardinals game for 3 hours. So you have to keep them separate. That's one good way, so you don't mix the personalities together.
Another good way to do that is to install like updates only tag on your blog and put a button to it or something like that. Or to like see the updates in chronological order if you're a story type blog.
So another good way to help develop your character's personality is go ahead and just ask other blogs. Don't be afraid to ask other blogs questions as your character. And what are some good ways you guys can think of asking questions? What are some things people should know? Yeah, let me say for the record, we know the tricks you guys do to try to get us to draw your OCs.
I bet my
work.
OC Acid Spike could beat Hot Butter Pinkie Pie in a fight with Shadow the Hedgehog. Please draw it. I'm not gonna draw it ever. Don't ask the question.
Oh no, I
I
turned
will not
into a
draw it.
chubby.
$2,000.
No.
I have stolen your bread.
Can I join the Wonderbolts?
I will draw Luigi.
Yeah. Hugs.
Hugs, please. Hugs.
Gives you banana.
XG.
If you want to ask another blog a question, the best thing to do is read through the history of the blog. Find out what those characters are like. Find out how they interact. Actually know what has happened in the blog before. Because I've posted, I don't know how many updates on how her eye is. Her eye is fine. She just wears the eye patch. But I still get the questions as to what happened to your eye. I'm not going to answer that question anymore. It's been answered. So if you want to get your question answered by another blog, the best way to go about it is to research the blog, find out what's happened, and if there's a current story or a current arc going with that blog, find out what's going on and find a way to contribute to that. Like, say, Spitfire broke her wing again.
Yeah, I did a short story arc that was supposed to be long, but I quit because I had to do personal things. But in the beginning, I started it out with how she crashed and she got injured, and I explained, I did the update about the crash, and then every time I would make an update where she was had her wing in a brace,